Joe Zikas from YoChicago. I'm in Arlington Heights this morning. I'm in the office of Frank DeNovi, who's with Coldwell Banker, and Frank is an REO specialist. Do you know what you're facing when you start with a property?
Joe, no. We get an address of the property. A lot of times we don't even get the, if it's a unit, if it's a condo, we don't even get the unit number. We get the address of the property and generally the former owner or the current owner of the property. From that point on, our first job within 24 hours is to get to the property and inspect it and determine if that property is occupied or vacant. If it has gone through the redemption period and it is a true foreclosure or an REO property and it's gone through the foreclosure process, the first thing we do is we secure that property. We make sure that it's been rekeyed to the seller's specifications, and then we take that and we take a full set of pictures of this property as far as are there any damages to the property, is the furnace there, does the lawn need maintenance? And
is the furnace there, or do you actually walk into that kind of situation?
We walk into that many times where the furnace is missing, the cabinets are missing, the doors are gone, all of the hardware from the doors are removed, and so we identify all of this. And then we take all of these pictures and all this information, because we have a regular report that we fill out. We take it back to our office, and then we review this as a team. Steve and I will generally sit down, and Megan, the three of us, will sit down and go over what we have seen in the field. And we will generally, the seller will request bids to repair these properties, and so we will get the bids necessary from independent contractors. Depending on the client. Some clients have their own contractors they use, and sometimes they request us to get the bids. And that also affects the value of the property when we do our BPO. So if there are a number of repairs that are needed, we have to take that into consideration when we're appraising the property, or we're coming up with a value of the property, that we deduct off repairs that are necessary for that property to be in average condition. The good news is that on a lot of these properties, especially Fannie Mae, and we do a lot with Fannie Mae Direct, is they're taking these properties and they're actually repairing these properties. They're bringing these properties up to a condition that's similar to the house next door. And what this does is this maintains the value of the properties for the neighborhood. It eliminates the blight on the neighborhood. And it also makes the most important thing is it makes the property, you're able to get a loan on the property. One of the biggest problems we have right now is financing. And to be able to finance these properties, it's the property, conventional or FHA, for the most case, the property has to be habitable and in some type of condition. The utilities have to be operational. If they're not, it goes to the investor, who usually would purchase it as cash, or it would be a rehab type of loan. But by rehabbing these properties before they go on the market, again, it adds to the ability of the homeowner to be able to purchase this property through financing. And Steve will probably talk to you a little bit about the different types of opportunities in financing that some of these lenders are offering once these properties are fixed up or they're in a reasonable condition.
Frank, I think you just stated something that's very different from what people expect of the foreclosure market, that you're functioning as a property manager and helping to rehab properties, and they're not just being sold as is.
No, absolutely not. More and more now, we're seeing them rehabbing these properties, and we're not talking about a rehab to put in a new kitchen because the other kitchen is a little bit old and it doesn't look good or something like that. We're talking about putting these properties in a condition that we could market them and sell them for conventional FHA financing, and it enables the homeowner, the person on the street, to be able to purchase these homes.
Are you still seeing lenders deciding the property should be sold as is in some cases?
Oh, absolutely. It's determined. If we look at the property and see that there's that the property requires so much money to rehab this property, and it's in an area that maybe where it won't require the repairs to be done, such as if it's in an area where there's a lot of demolition going on, and then they're building larger homes in that area there, it wouldn't be beneficial to to rehab that property. It would be more beneficial to sell it as is, to let the contractor come in, tear it down, build a new house there, or to do a total gut rehab. It really depends on the amount of repairs needed. It's more cosmetic repairs that we're doing and than it is total gut rehabs. Although on the higher end houses, we are doing a lot of complete rehabs on those properties.